How goes it, lucky viewer? Welcome back to another YouTube video starring your favorite YouTuber, Just Mullet. Today, I have a very special game coming out for you guys. Quick announcements. Marvel Rivals, if you didn't know, is already out, and I currently have been playing it since day one, and I have about 25 hours in the game right now. And I thought I would come to you guys about my thoughts, feelings, about my initial reaction to the game, and maybe give you guys an idea of who you should play. To start off, these are all opinion based, so please take all of these with a grain of salt. I have not played everyone the same amount of time. I will show you right here. My most main character is Magic, followed by Hulk, Rockets, Scarlet, Storm, and Jeff, who just came out. Down here, as you can see, I haven't played a whole lot of Loki or Namor or Adam or Star-Lord or, Black Panther. So if you're looking for more of an in-depth guide for like these characters down here that I haven't played a whole lot of, then maybe this video isn't for you. But please stick around because I have played, like I said, 25 hours of game, so I know what these characters that I haven't played can do and what they're capable of, and hopefully I can give you some insight about who maybe you can main when the game actually drops with an undecided release date as far as I know right now. So let's just get right into this. We will do this by classes. We'll do Vanguard class first, then we will do Strategist, and then Duelist last. The reason we'll do Duelist last is because there's more Duelists than there are Strategists or Vanguard. So Vanguard is your tank class. Starting off with Hulk. So Hulk is one of my favorite tanks to play in the game, and the reason is because he has so many cool mechanics about him. A good example is like his Hulk jump. You can hold spacebar and charge up a jump, which allows him to literally lunge himself pretty much across the map at ungodly amounts of range. You can also jump onto walls and then charge another jump as you're grappled onto a wall and then jump again. You can charge your jump and then catch like a Storm or an Iron Man flying in the air and just pull him down to the ground and just start wailing on him. So I really like Hulk just because of the mechanics of like how in-depth he is. But as you can see here, he is difficulty rank 4. And the reason for this is because even though I named all of that cool stuff, Hulk doesn't get to do a whole lot. And what I mean by that is like when you're playing him and you're actually like in a fight, his damage is subpar. It's not amazing, and of course he's a tank. He shouldn't be dealing godly amounts of damage. But when you're in there, you just feel really squishy, especially for you'll see this is an overlying theme for the tank classes. A lot of them just feel really squishy, and I don't know if that's because they don't have a whole lot of health, or that's because a lot of the characters in this game deal a lot of damage, like just an insane amount of damage. So, but Hulk, once you start out as Bruce Banner, and you turn into Hulk after charging up your ultimate. But every new round you start with Hulk activated. Anytime you respawn, you start with Hulk activated. So you'll be playing Hulk 90% of the time. When you're Bruce, you're essentially like a baby diva from Overwatch. Like, you can't do anything besides shoot your gun, and the more you hit people in the face with your gun, the faster you get Hulk back. So that's pretty cool. So Hulk, even though he is really cool and he can be fun to play once you like understand how he works, he just feels very and I just wish I could see more from Hulk. I was telling my friends this. I wish he was more of a grappler. Like, when you look at Hulk or think of Hulk, you think of moments like picking Loki up and slamming them, or picking up cars and throwing them, or just grabbing people and tossing them around. And I expected to see a lot more CC out of him, but the only CC he has is this one ability, which is this radioactive lockdown. And as you can see here, what he does is he shoots somebody with his eye beams, and they get locked out, and that's it. And you can't smack them while they're locked down. They're just immune to everything. Like, they're just stun locked them for a second. So that's the most CC he has, which is kind of weird because, you know, he's able to, like, jump up and grab people from the air and bring them back down, but then they just, like, fly away. So I wish he just had more going for him. I wish instead of having this radioactive lockdown, the stun, you could just grab somebody and just toss them, you know? And if you hit like a wall, it like stuns them for a second, you know, or deals extra damage. Or you could pick them up and toss them off the map, you know? Because a lot of people have recovery, so tossing people off the map wouldn't even be that bad because there's so much recovery in the game. So I don't know. I feel like doing something like that, or getting indestructible guard is really cool too. He gives everyone around him a shield, and it makes them immune to pretty much like so much damage. Like, I've used this ability right before Scarlet Witch uses her ult, and my whole entire team just lives. So, but yeah, Hulk he just feels when you play him, and I don't know. I really wish that he had more to him. Being able to jump around is really awesome, you know, incredible leap. As you can see, like, being able to jump and just have that, like, momentum of just jumping around feels really Hulk. And I wish more of his kit felt like this one thing. I wish more of his kit felt more like Incredible Leap. But it just doesn't. So, moving on, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is really cool in the sense of he plays a lot more like he tries to control the battlefield, which falls in line with Doctor Strange. And he does this by using stuff like the sphere of, I'm not even going to try and use the names, but it's like a Reinhardt shield. It's a huge giant shield. People, you can get behind it. You can block so many ults with it. You can block Scarlet Witch's ult. You can block literally every ult. You can block it all, as long as they're behind the shield. His Cloak of Levitation, being able to fly up and hover there for a while, is also really cool. Eye of Agamotto, his ultimate is amazing. When he ults, everyone gets stuns, so then you can hit people and kill them, and it stuns them for like 2 seconds. So it just feels a lot better. It feels like he does more than Hulk, in the sense of he can block ultimates, you know, and hold his giant shield, shielding out his friends. Doctor Strange can, as you guys know, use his teleporter and create like these rings and literally go across the map into the enemy's spawn by placing these teleporters. So it's just Doctor Strange compared to Hulk just feels a lot more fleshed out. Feels like there's a lot more to him. His damage is amazing. His damage does have like a range on it though, and as you deal damage, you gain this charge, and as you gain this charge, you can use one of your abilities, which is E. I'll show you guys. Which is E here, Maelstrom of Madness, and it just does damage to people nearby. And the more you have the charge there in the middle, as you see, it's at 60. The more you have charge, the more damage you do. So that's Doctor Strange. Groot has to be my second favorite tank in the game. He is really easy to play, as you can tell. And the reason is because he only has one thing about him: build walls. Just build walls. That's all you have to do. Just build walls. What's really cool though about his walls when you build them is, as you can see, when you hit people, when you put them up, the walls attack. The only problem with this is that your walls don't have a lot of health. They really don't. But what is cool about the walls, one, they attack people nearby, and two, if these walls can stay alive, what ends up happening is you can place multiple walls. There's no cap. You can place 2 at a time on a cooldown, and you can just keep placing. It's kind of crazy. Ironwood wall is just a bigger wall, and it has more health. And as you can tell, when you hit people next to this wall, the walls awaken, and damage dealt by Groot and nearby allies grants Groot like extra health. And I know I'm reading that right here, but that's the best way to explain it. So when you put up this wall and you hit people next to this wall, he gains more health. So he also got a Spore Bomb, pretty cool. Floor Colossus, Wood walls near a group will awaken, activating the extra effects, and it counts on what wall you put down. His ultimate is he throws in the spring and pulls everyone to them, holding them for a second and dealing damage. As you can see. I really like him because he's really easy to get the hang of and really understands what it means to be a tank in this game, because it's a lot different than it is in Overwatch. Kind of the same concepts though. It's all about positioning. What's cool about Groot is you can cut off like walls and stuff. So Groot, really fun. Next up is Venom. Venom is really cool in the sense of you can get out pretty easily. And when you get in, you have an ability that the more damage you take, you can get like reactive shields back. So the less health you have, the more reactive shields you get. He also has like a 4 burst tentacle attack, which is his main ability, like his main attack. He can also web swing out, so anytime he gets like really in a bad predicament, you can just and you're gone, dude. His ultimate is you go into the ground and then you eat everybody, but you don't like eat them and like swallow them, like spit them out or whatever. You just eat them and like deal a lot of damage and knock them up for a second. Another really cool ability about Venom is that when he's up in the air, you can dive bomb and knock people up as well. A lot of people compare him to Wrecking Ball, which I can see why, but he feels more viable than Wrecking Ball only because of his radioactive shields actually like work. Like with Hammond in Overwatch, when you use your radioactive shields, it's just kind of like they're there, you know, and like you use them to get out for a little bit. But with Venom and his radioactive shields, you can stay in the fight for like so long with his radioactive shields. Not radioactive, his reactive shields, counting on his health. You can stay in there for so long and block so much damage. Venom is like one of the best tanks in the game. He's so insane. Only problem is if you get in there and you just get absolutely melted and you have to use your reactive shield super fast, then he's subpar at best. He doesn't have any really like defensive abilities besides his reactive shield. That's why they give him his like flip and he can get out. So you really have to have backup when you go into engage. You can't just dive bomb the whole team and then leave. I mean, you can just, you know, and then flip out, but you're not really going to be doing a whole lot as Venom. Whole point of Venom is to like get into people's faces, dive the back line, and just go poke, 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 poke. So, if you like characters like that, and you like playing tank, then it's definitely for you. Magneto was the first tank I played, and I really enjoyed Magneto. Like, I thought he was really cool. His ability to deal, and his damage is kind of insane, I'm not even gonna lie. His ability to deal damage to characters is pretty vital to being a tank and damage dealer. Like, he deals such significant damage to the team that he's practically another DPS. The only thing is he has like no escape options. War of the Realms is heating up, setting a faction tournament now. There's a tournament going on. I wish I was a part of it, but I'm not. I'm here talking to you guys on YouTube. So hi, hello. So Magneto doesn't have a whole lot of escape options, and if you get caught like out of position and whatnot, people can melt you pretty fast. He does have like a Zarya bubble, but it doesn't give you like any kind of special abilities to like charge you or anything. It's just a bubble. It only has one charge, and he can either give it to himself or a teammate. He also has like a shield, and what's different about his shield and Doctor Strange's shield is his shield doesn't have a health. Instead, it's like it's just there. It's just a barrier, and it blocks all incoming damage until the timer goes out. It like drains. And then you have to wait for the cooldown to come down and the bar to fill back up before you can use it again. But his ability to apply damage to the front line and even the back line because of his range he's kind of insane, especially for a tank character. What I would like to see from Magneto is maybe to filter off the damage a little bit, because a tank character like this shouldn't be dealing that much damage. Um, so that's my thoughts on Magneto. But other than that, don't let me downplay him. He's an amazing tank. First character that not first character I played, but first tank I like actually like sat down and like tried to figure out. So I really enjoyed him. Thor, he's a little bit newer. He is melee based, like Hulk. The difference with Thor is he uses these charges. Okay. Thunder Force. It's called the Thunder Force. And what ends up happening is there's these like 3 charges, as you can see. There's like Mjolnir hammers. What ends up happening is you spend your Thunder Force charges on abilities. Okay. And you have 3 different abilities. The first one is you can, which is your left shift. I don't know what it is on controller. I don't play the game on controller. Left shift, you whirl up your hammer and then you like fling yourself forward, going with the hammer. The other one that costs 1 charge is you throw your hammer and it comes back to you. And this is really good for a good combo that I have found is when you're in somebody's face, you just go smack, smack, and then throw the hammer and smack and throw the hammer and smack, smack and throw the hammer. So you want to be implementing hammer throws in between your hammer swings when you're in somebody's face. That seems to really like maximize the damage. Thor is also one of those damage-dealing tanks in the sense of like he can be a DPS also as a tank, just because of his health. His damage isn't as crazy as like Magneto's, or even I would even say even as Penny's. I'd say Penny Parker has more damage than Thor, so he doesn't have much damage as those two, but his damage output is pretty decent. What's cool about Thor mostly is that you can, if you have all 3 charges of your Thunder Force, you can go into like this range mode and you start throwing like these lightning bolts at people. So that's pretty cool. The only thing about Thor is once you're in, it's hard to get out. You don't have a lot of defensive options, so you have to have backup, kind of like Hulk or Venom. You like once you're in that fight, you're in there, so you better start swinging and throwing that hammer as much as you can. So I think what's cool about this game, and we'll actually I'll touch up on that after I'm done with Penny Parker. So Penny Parker, a lot of people don't know how to play her, and the reason is I would say that she's even a 4-star, maybe a 5-star. I probably wouldn't push her to 5-star, but actually, no, I would push it to 5-star. I would say Penny Parker's a 5-star difficulty character because, and she doesn't seem that difficult when you do like figure out what the hell she does, and maybe that's why they have her at 3 stars, because she isn't that hard. But people that play Penny are playing her wrong. From what I can tell, Penny is very good at area control, like really locking down an objective or like a corridor or something, because her main outsource of damage are the spider mines. These mines are so crazy, dude. So crazy. And most people neglect them and try and get her into like melee range and like shoot people, and I don't see people really positioning their spider mines well. I don't see them like positioning like their spider producer. Like there's like a factory that she can place and it like poops out these mines, and it just doesn't feel like people know exactly where to put that kind of stuff. Some people do. I'm not gonna say all people, but most Penny Parker players, like when I see them, like when I fight them or I see them on my team, it just doesn't feel like they know what they're doing. And so, if you're gonna play Penny, the main thing you want to do is you want to set up choke points where it's a really tight doorway or like on the objective itself where you can just place a minefield. If you can cover the area in a minefield, you're playing Penny correctly. Same thing goes when you use your ult. I'll see a lot of Penny Parker players use their ult and then they charge into a team fight and they're just, just in the face of like the whole enemy team. Don't do that. What you want to do is when you're using Penny's ult and you're running around, you want to place as much webbing as you can because webbing heals people. Not a lot, but it does heal. Okay? So your webbing heals, and I can't remember if it's people. Let me double check before I tell you guys. Okay, let me double check. While in the cyber web, gain healing over time and movement speed. Okay, so it only heals her as far as I can tell. So it only heals her. So you want to place as much webbing as possible around either the choke point that you're trying to hold, or the objective you're trying to hold, or whatever. And as you're running around placing down webs, you're going to spam the crap as much as you can out of those arachna mines, those spider mines. You are just going to place them everywhere, all around that objective. So that when the enemy team comes to push in, okay, so like Venom or, like Magic when she gets in your backline, or Panther, like anybody who's trying to dive your team, those mines just go tick and blow and either kill, squishy up the person, or deter the person into running away. And so as long as you're keeping up your spider mines, which have no cap, by the way, as far as I can tell, have no cap, you can just keep placing these bastards everywhere. Okay? So that's your main thing with Penny, is locking down the area. Lock it down. And if you can do that, your damage output is insane. Insane amount of damage. So don't dive into a team, don't do anything like that. My suggestion to you is if you're gonna play Penny, put some webbing, like use your right click, your cyber web snare, put it on a wall behind you so that you can use it to like flip out, as you'll see right here, to get out. So I usually put like one webbing behind me so that I can reposition myself quickly because she doesn't have any other movement besides that. She's very slow. So as long as you can do those things, you'll be great at Penny. And I wish I saw way more better Pennies. That being said, how do I feel about the Vanguard class itself? The Vanguard class itself feels like the most fleshed out of all of the classes. I think the tank class feels the best to play in sense of like what class feels the best. I think tank class feels the best. I feel like everyone in the tank class has something that they're really good at, and every character does feel impactful once you play them for a couple hours, but I wouldn't suggest picking up Hulk first. I wouldn't. As cool as he is, and even the tutorial teaching you to play Hulk, I probably wouldn't play Hulk first. I would probably play someone like Groot or even Magneto first. I'd play Groot or Magneto first. Play those two characters and learn what it means to be a tank in this game, rather than being a tank in a game like Overwatch. So really play those two characters, figure out what playstyle like fits for you, and then start playing the other characters. Now, what I was gonna say when I was talking about Thor, what I really like about this game being, 6v6, we've seen 6v6 in Overwatch 1 before. The reason that I like this 6v6 is because in this 6v6 there are team matchups. So picking a tank determines almost pretty much determines who your damage is gonna play. Or if your damage plays someone, it pretty much determines what tank you're gonna play or what heal you're gonna play. These team combos in this game are so amazing and change the flow and the dynamic of the game exponentially. Like, you have to have team combos on your team for it to work. You have to have Thor and Loki together, or Thor and Hel together, I think, is because Hel is the base. Hela. What's also really cool is you have different types of tanks. Like, as I went through them and explained them, some of these guys deal more damage than the others. Some of these guys are better at fighting than the others. Some of them are better at defending than others. Your defenders are Doctor Strange, Groot, Magneto, Penny. Your attackers, your damage dealers out of the tank are Hulk, Venom, and Thor. So you always want to have one defender, and in my opinion, the best outlook. Okay, you don't have to. Once again, opinion. In my opinion, it's best to have one defender, like Groot, and one attacker, like Hulk or Venom. Okay? So that you have someone that's constantly in the enemy team's backline harassing them, and you have someone that's going to stay put with your team and your healers in the back to defend. Okay. That's it for Vanguard class. Next up is going to be Strategist. Strategist, there's only 5 of them so far. Okay, so a little bit less than Vanguard. Okay, I think it's 1 less. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, so it's 1 less. Okay. I have not played a whole lot of Loki. I can't figure out how the hell to play Loki. I have no idea. But I've seen what he can do. This guy can put down these clones, okay? Like he does in the show, in the movie, and whatever. He puts down clones. And his main attack is a healing beam when it hits enemies, and a damaging beam when it hits, a healing beam when it hits allies, a damaging beam when it hits enemies. And your clones can also shoot this beam. And I think, if I remember correctly from the little bit I played, they shoot in the direction that you are also looking. You can also set up these healing nodes on your clones to give this mass AoE area healing, which is kind of insane. I tip my hat off to people who can play Loki. He is way too complicated for me, though. Way too complicated. So if you play Loki and you're good with Loki, you were like, chef's kiss. Chef's kiss, dude. I respect you. I respect you for being a good Loki. I've seen really bad Lokis too. I'm one of them. So I know what a bad Loki looks like. I cannot play Loki to save the life of me or my teammates. Literally. So I probably wouldn't pick up Loki first, is what I'm trying to say. Mantis. Mantis is your, like, I would say Mantis or even Jeff. We'll get to Jeff later. Mantis, Jeff, or Raccoon are going to be your, like, go-to healers, because healing with them just feels natural. Just feels natural. With people like Adam Warlock, Luna, and Loki, it feels like you have to go out of your way to heal, rather than like that's what you're meant to do. The reason I mean that is because Mantis's whole kit is healing. It's her whole fucking kit. Whole kit is healing. Her ultimate mass AoE heal. You throw people healing, like it's literally, she has charges that are like Brigida healing, like discs or whatever they're called, like healing packs that she throws. That's literally all Mantis does, is healing. And the insane amount of healing that she does is vital to a team. I feel like every successful team should have a Mantis or a Jeff. Once again, I'll get back to that. A Mantis or a Jeff. The reason that I say that is because their healing output is... You can easily get like 20k healing. So easy to get like 20k healing with Mantis. Okay? The only problem with Mantis is that every time you throw a pack, it does like little, like I said with Brigida, every time you give someone a pack with Mantis, it heals over time. So you have to like space them out. You can't just go chug 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 chug, because you only get 5, and you have to wait for them to recharge. So you can't just be like chug 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 on one person. You really want to like space it out, give people love. You know, you get some love, you get some love, you get some love. On the flip side of that, Raccoon. Dude, I love Rocket Raccoon. He is my favorite support. My favorite support to play. Because when you play Rocket Raccoon, dude, you just hold your healing button. And he just goes thump, 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 and just launches out these bouncy balls that, and by bouncy balls I don't mean like IRL bouncy balls, like I mean like when you shoot them at a wall, they bounce around. And they just heal people. It's like Mora's healing orb, and they're like really small, and you just shoot them, just thump 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 all over the fucking place. The range on them, insane. The healing on them, insane. Rocket Raccoon's my favorite. He can jetpack and he can glide when he's in the air. So if you get like tossed off the map or something, you can just dart up in the air and glide back. His healing heals himself. Insane. Not a lot of people can do that. Okay. How many healers can you play in other team games that can heal themselves with their own healing? Answer, not a lot. So you can heal yourself, keep yourself up. Insane. He can climb up walls really fast. He can, like I said, use his rocket booster to get like 2 boosts. It's 2 short boosts forward in any direction that you're looking. Up, down, left, right, turn around a little bit to the side. Crazy. Rocket Raccoon is crazy. His damage output is okay. You gotta get used to, like, it's a traveling bullet, so it's got a little bit like delay before it hits. Like, it's gotta travel. It's not a hit marker. But yeah, Rocket Raccoon, so amazing. I feel like if you're gonna play, if you want to be a healer main and you want to learn what it's like to be a healer in this game, play Rocket Raccoon first. Play Rocket Raccoon first, or Mantis. Okay? Rocket Raccoon or Mantis. The only reason I suggest Rocket Raccoon over Mantis is because Rocket Raccoon has his jetpack, so he's able to like maneuver faster and like get around faster. On to Luna Snow. Luna Snow, she kind of works like Loki does. When you shoot enemies, you deal damage. When you shoot allies, you heal them. She also has an ability where she charges up this healing or damage, and she deals extra damage or extra healing for a limited amount of time. She can also tag an ally, and when you tag an ally, what ends up happening is when you, like, so say I tag my tank, and then I go over here and heal my DPS, my tank also receives that healing. So she's really good at being able to heal 2 people at the same time that aren't like right next to each other. When you move with her passive, when you move with her for a little bit, like you're running, you start ice gliding, which gives you like a small like movement speed buff. Her getaways aren't amazing. She doesn't have a whole lot of options when getting away, so if you get caught out of position, you're kind of screwed. Her ult is like a Zen ult. You ult out and you can like heal people, or you can give people a speed boost, or is it damage boost? I can't remember. Let's check it out. I know it's healing and something. So heal allies or grant them a damage boost. So it's like a Zen ult, and you can either heal people or give them a damage boost.
I am ready to put on a show.
And it's for 11 seconds, which is crazy. It doesn't heal them as fast as someone like Zen. Like, it doesn't go bloop, 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 but it is like it's like chunks. It's like blump, 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 and then they're healed. Oh, I didn't tell you guys. Rocket Raccoon's ult is he places a damage modifier, which is like a Reese's like bongo. So he goes, bloop, you know, and everyone has a damage modifier, damage boost modifier. Adam Warlock. What can I say about Adam Warlock? Adam Warlock is if you gave Mercy Res to a character and made it his kit. So Adam Warlock's and his damage is insane. If you can land headshots with his like main thing, his damage is nuts, bro. It is dirty how much damage you do with Adam Warlock. Only problem I have with Adam Warlock is his healing is limited. What I mean by that is your healing has charges, and you snap. You look at somebody and you snap. And when you snap, you heal them. And it's a good chunk. But it's not just them you heal, it's also people that are next to them. So it like kind of connects. So as long as people are grouped up, he's really good healing. Only problem is you only get to do it twice, and the recharge rate on it is... it's a little rough. So his healing is not as good as someone like Rocket or Loki or Mantis or Luna or Jeff. He's not really meant for healing. His healing can be good as long as if you can figure out like the rotation of his cooldowns, because his snaps have cooldown's bad. Okay. I keep telling my friends he either needs another charge on his snap healing, or he needs a smaller cooldown on his healing. Needless to say, he's more of a utility support in the sense of he is able, with his ult, to res the entire team back from the dead in a certain radius. He's also able to give certain characters that from the Guardians of the Galaxy character list, like Rocket Raccoon and Star-Lord and Groot, the ability to come back to life. Not all of them. I can't remember if it's all of them. Hold on. Team up ability. It is Mantis and Star-Lord. That's it. Mantis and Star-Lord. So Mantis and Star-Lord are able to come back to life. What I mean by that is because they essentially get his passive, which you'll see what it does here. So once you die, you become a transparent ghost. And this transparent ghost can be seen by enemies. So make sure you don't do this in the middle of, like, right in front of people. Okay? But you can cocoon yourself and you're back up. And you can do that, I think it's every, like, it's like 2 minutes. Every 2 minutes you can do that. And then also, when you're teamed up with Mantis or Star-Lord, they can do that as well every 2 minutes. It's kind of crazy. Adam Warlock is a game changer, dude. A game changer. So if you have an Adam Warlock on his team, don't expect him to do a lot of healing, but definitely make sure that he's changing the game, because that's literally what he's going to be able to do. This is my second favorite support. Oh my god, I love Jeff. Love Jeff, dude. Healing is amazing. It's so good. He's probably the second easiest support to play in the game. He is so good at healing. You can heal your team from across the map. From what I can tell, there is like no range limit on his healing, because this is his healing. This joyful splash, this is his healing. Okay, and you don't do a little spit. You just go Squirtle. You Squirtle water gun his healing across the map. It goes through enemies. It goes through allies, and if it touches allies, it heals them. Oh my god! And it's so fast. His healing is so fast. Only two problems with Jeff. There are two big problems with Jeff. One problem with Jeff is his passive. Okay? He does take reduced damage from critical strikes. That is true. But his head is like the size of a fucking... I'm trying to think of a beach ball. His hitbox for his head is the size of a beach ball, dude. Hitting Jeff is so easy. Killing Jeff is so easy. The only time you kind of have a problem getting with Jeff is when he uses his hide and seek, which is he dives into the ground and he gets a very, very small movement boost, and he's able to crawl walls, which is kind of cool. But he only has 250 health. He can't heal himself with his own healing like Rocket can. It's kind of... dude, killing Jeff is so easy. But he's so good at healing. It is so easy to heal with Jeff, dude. Oh my god. As long as nobody from the enemy team is jumping on you and just going... You're just sitting in the back of your team going, Squirtle, Squirtle, watering your plants, and nobody dies. Nobody dies. It's kind of insane how much healing he does. Like, it's absolutely insane. He can't heal himself. He can with his healing bubble. But you have to do it in a way that you shoot the ground while running away. So you can't really look up where you're going. You have to constantly look at the ground and like bubble and run away a little bit. Bubble, and because you have to space them out to heal yourself as people are trying to kill you. You can't do this if 2 or 3 people are on you, but if like a Venom or like a Spider-Man or something like jumps on you, as long as the Spider-Man doesn't kill you instantly, we'll get into that. As long as they don't kill you instantly, you can run away and just go bubble heal myself, bubble heal myself, bubble heal myself as you run away. But you can't really look where you're going when you do that. And if you're not telling somebody that you're getting jumped, I mean, you're good as well. You might as well dead, dude. Might as well dead. Strategist. I also feel really good about in the sense of how fleshed out and how impactful the characters feel. These characters feel so good. And what's cool about them, unlike the tanks, is that they all are good at healing, besides Adam Warlock. All good at healing, besides Adam Warlock, as their job. A lot of them have really cool utility. The only problem with the healers in this game, besides Rocket, don't have a lot of escape options. They do not. So be careful when you play healer. Loki has some escape options too. Once again, I haven't played him a whole lot. I know you can teleport to your clones. So you have to be really careful about positioning, how far you're pushing into a team fight. If you're gonna push into a team fight, do you have backup? You know, it's kind of those things that you have to keep in mind when you're playing these characters. Other than that, really, really fleshed out. They feel really impactful. Like, they feel like they're helping the team. Best way to put it. Last but not least is the Duelist, which are going to be your DPS. And FYI, before you even jump on this game thinking about playing DPS, everyone insta-locks DPS. Everyone. Okay? We'll start with one of the God, how do I put this lightly? Problems with the game, we'll say that. One of the problems with the game right now is Punisher. Why is he a problem, Luck? Well, because one, he's super easy to play. I feel like a blind kid could pick it up and do great with Punisher. You literally just shoot people. He has two guns. He has a rifle mode and he has a shotgun mode. His rifle mode does insane amounts of damage. Insane amount of damage. His shotgun mode does even more damage. Just has like a small spread, and the spread isn't even that big. He might as well be shooting slugs. Honestly, dude shoots slugs, and the damage is insane. You can 3-tap a Hulk. You can 3-tap a Venom. You can just melt everybody in this game. Oh, did I also mention that he comes with a Bastion turret mode, like OG one, the one that not the one we have right now, but he's stationary. He gets into a fucking turret and he kills people, just melts them, just melts, and he can stay on there as long as A, he doesn't die, B, his turret doesn't die, or C, he runs out of ammo on his turret. Okay, if you see a Punisher on his turret, off him immediately. Just get rid of him immediately. If you don't look at a Punisher at any point in the game, he is going to be a problem. He is going to be a problem. You have to take care of a Punisher if you see him. If you let him do whatever he wants, oh my god, he's a problem. And that's going to be the theme for DPS. DPS's theme, if you don't kill the DPS, by God, they are going to. They're going to. One of my favorites, Storm. Storm's really cool. She has two modes. She has Whirlwind mode, which is a AoE. She has a radius around her. Well, not a radius. She has a invisible, gigantic sphere centered around her. And the sphere, what it does is she controls the weather in this invisible sphere. She can make it whirlwind, like tornado. And in tornado mode, you and your teammates get a movement boost. If you make it electricity, you and your teammates get a damage boost. And the damage boost is significant, okay? She can also amplify these. So when you amplify your winds, you become faster. Yeah. But the best part about her, my favorite part about her, is when you're in your thunderstorm mode and you amplify. Yes, damage amplification is higher, but also you call down lightning strikes on people in your sphere immediately. So enemies within your sphere, when you amplify your electricity, get struck by lightning immediately. I think it's like 2 or 3 times when you use it. And it's everybody. Every enemy that's in the radius will get shocked. It's not just one person. She can fly, and I'm not talking far fly, like, and then she falls down and she flies. I'm not talking echo fly where she goes and she falls down and, she's back on the ground. No. In this game, they don't care. People like Storm and Iron Man can just fly. They can just fly. And I love that. I think that really sets the game apart because it doesn't nerf the character's qualities. Instead, it makes it a part of the game that turns it into something newer. Okay? Turns into something, it has that extra level, that extra dimension that I feel like a lot of these other team shooters were missing. Because there are flying characters in most team shooters, but a lot of people see flying as OP, In this game, they don't care. They're like, get over it. These characters fly. So you have to learn how to get the sixth sense that if someone's flying, you should probably shoot them. You need to get somebody on that, like ASAP. In retrospect, if you're playing someone like Storm or Iron Man, these people that fly, you need to keep in mind that when you're in the air, you're vulnerable. People could see you. Okay, so not flying too high and not flying too low, like finding that sweet spot in the middle is the key to playing characters like this, these flying characters. Needless to say, I love Storm. She's my favorite DPS out of all. Well, not my favorite DPS out of all of them. I'll say that. She's amazing though. I love Storm. Ella is essentially the sniper of DPS. And what I mean by this is her main attack, her main just basic attack, just goes flick, like she flicks these daggers and it's pretty much hit scan speed, like pretty much. I think there was like a 0.25 second delay or millisecond delay on like where she throws them, but they're like dead on accuracy. Their damage is crazy. Is so insane how much damage Hell does with one shot. She can 2-tap people. Just flick, flick, dead. Like, it's so crazy how much Hella does, dude. The key with Hella, though, is positioning and finding, getting good with the aim. Because when I say her aim is pinpoint, I mean, like it's pinpoint. Like, there's no spread on it or anything. It's like shooting Widow. It's like, that's why she's a sniper. It's like she's like Widow. She can also throw out, she has like 5 daggers that she could throw out. It deals a lot of damage and they explode. Okay? I haven't gone over anybody's ultimate. Oh my god. Let me backtrack real quick. Punisher's ultimate. He goes, rah! Everyone dies. Goes total war machine mode, melts everybody that he looks at. Just melts them. Doesn't matter what class you're playing, doesn't matter how much healing you have. He just goes boom and dies. And people die. Storm, she becomes a cyclone tornado that spawns in and everyone just gets obliterated. And I think it's like 2 or 3 seconds that she does this, deals massive amounts of damage, so you like go, rah, I'm a goddess, and then you disappear, and then you pick a spot that you want to enter, and a tornado pops up, and you start offing people. Ella, what happens is you teleport into the air, you become really big, and by really big, I mean like, pretty big, but you teleport really far up in the air. You can still die in this mode. And what you do is you like throw these like giant, what look to be gaseous bombs. I don't know what the shape is, but she like throws them and they deal insane amount of damage. insane. So it's essentially you become Hella in the sky, and you just start throwing just napalm, not napalm, just nukes, just brah, brah. Crazy, crazy. Black Panther. Okay, Black Panther. One of the weaker DPSs, not in sense of damage. Okay, he does like all of the DPS do a great amount of damage. All of them do great numbers. I thought I had to sneeze. Besides Hela and Scarlet Witch, we'll get to Scarlet Witch in a second. Everybody does great amount of damage besides Hela and Scarlet Witch. Their damage is insane. And Punisher, his damage is insane. Black Panther, damage is still impactful. The problem with him is the problem with Black Panther is he's melee based. 1, he's melee based. 2, he's a DPS, so he's very squishy. And if you don't have someone pocketing you, you will die in like 2 seconds. 3, he doesn't have a whole lot of options when it comes to no, he does have options when it comes to escaping. There's something else about him. When I play Black Panther, I just don't feel impactful is the best way to put it. Like I can't put my finger on it. Maybe it's because he's melee, maybe it's because I haven't played him a whole lot, because my favorite DPS character is melee, it's magic. So maybe I just haven't figured him out. I like his ult. I think his ult is pretty good. You summon a giant panther and you just destroy people. So I think that's really cool. I think his passive is really cool. At low damage, you start dealing more damage. But I think it's the same thing that with like magic. You have to be able to get behind people, like get to the back line without just spearheading through the front of the enemy team, because you will die in 2 seconds. So I think that's the same. Like, I think that's the third point that I'm trying to make is with Black Panther, you have to get around. You have to figure out a way to get around without being seen, because if you're seen, people will just kill you just instantly. Moving on, Magic, my favorite character, absolute favorite character. Why is she your favorite character? Well, I want to tell you. Okay, so Magic, 1, okay, 2.3 hours. Main character over here, main character. Magic for 1, damage she deals gives you health back, not heals you, but it gives you like over shield. It gives you like a protective shield, like a reactive shield, like Venom. And this is linear to how much damage you do. So for every... I yawned. Sorry, it's really late. It's fucking 5:30 in the morning when I'm making this. Magic is... her reactive shield when you deal damage is insane amounts of shielding. I think the cap... So when you look at her... Hold on. So when you look at her, she has 450 health. You can get the most health that I've seen that I've gotten with magic through my reactive shielding is 450. So that means you can get upwards of 200 extra health by dealing damage to people. Okay? And the range on it is actually pretty decent. Like with characters like Black Panther, the other character, melee character, and Hulk, and what's another melee character? Spider-Man. With those melee characters, you really have to be on top of people. But with magic, you kind of can stay back a little bit. Like, you still have to, like, it's still melee. You still have to be, like, on top of them a little bit. But you don't have to be, like, you know, right up in their face about it. You can kind of stand back and have some wiggle room so you can see, like, what the hell's going on around you. The thing that made me want to play her was this thing right here. So when she teleports, okay, she can teleport. you can see she has like this like 3-second window. So when she teleports, she has like this 3-second window that pops up. Okay, there it is, 3 seconds. And when you teleport, you get 2 options. You can either do Eldritch Whirl or Demon's Rage. Okay, Demon's Rage is my favorite because you can do stupid stuff like this, and the damage that you do with these 2 abilities also translate to your passive, giving you shield back. Demon's Rage, when you teleport in, you spawn a little demon. And he sits right there. And he doesn't move, and he just goes whack, 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 and just starts smacking people. And every damage he does, look, 340 off of one of these demons, as long as they hit everything. That's not including you also swinging your sword while he's doing this. Okay? I used to say, I wish he would move, or you could like lock onto an opponent to do this, because I feel like it would be better. But now I feel like that's too broken. When I first started playing with her, and a lot of people, I don't know if other people feel this way, let me know. Other people who have played Magic, and when I started playing Magic, I felt like she swung too slow. I felt like her attacks were too slow. Now I think that they need to be slower, because the amount of damage you do with her and the healing you receive back from your damage is dumb. It's so dumb. I've been able to get into a team fight of 1v5, and as long as I had one healer just pocketing me and keeping me in that fight, I have pulled 40 games. Like, and by 40 games I mean 40 games, like 40 kills, 0 deaths. Like, it just feels so good to play her. The only problem with Magic is the same problem with Black Panther. You have to be able to get to the back line. You can't get to the back line where the squishies are lying. You will die. You want to focus healers first with characters like Black Panther and Magic. Magic is so much fun. I definitely recommend sitting down and playing a couple bot matches to really figure her out. May not be for everybody because she is melee based, but she's my favorite character, so I highly recommend people playing her. Her ultimate is she transforms, and when she transforms, she becomes this like demon, and her sword swipes now deal 3 hits a piece, so it's swipe and it's blah, blah, blah. Like it's 3 instances of damage, and she gets the only problem is her swings are a little bit slower, but they're wider, deal more damage, and you still get access to all of your abilities while transformed. So, Magic. Best character in the game. I'm just kidding. Best character in the game is probably either Hell or Scarlet Witch, in my opinion. We'll get to them though. Iron Man's up next. Iron Man is another one of those characters that can just fly. He just flies. And he seems more akin to Farah in the sense of when you shoot, it travels and then it explodes to deal damage. So, your pulsar cannons, you just go bloop, 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 you know? And so it's a lot of timing when you're shooting your weapons. Another thing that he can do is use his Unibeam, which is his alternate. Telling you, it's 5:30 in the morning when I'm making this. I've been up since 3:30 yesterday. Like, I've been up for 14 hours, okay? I'm sorry for yawning. Not because I find myself boring. I don't mean to bore you guys. I'm actually, I genuinely love this fucking game. It's just 5:30 in the morning. I have gotten no sleep. I'll be going to sleep after this. Where was I? Iron Man, Unibeam, which is his alternate attack that has limited amount of range. It's not, the range is still good. Don't get me wrong, range is still good, but limited amount of range. Damage is insane, but it's a beam, so if you're not hitting it, you're not dealing damage, okay? His ultimate is he puts his arm cannons together, and then he charges like a spirit bomb attack, and just goes, you know, and it travels, and then it explodes, and then everyone just goes, and they obliterate. So, that's Iron Man. not that hard to play. Once again, it's just finding a good balance, like I said with Storm, with your height, like where you're gonna be and whatnot. I've seen a lot of good Iron Mans are able to like get behind the enemy team and just harass and then just fly away scot-free. So as long as you can figure out how to do that without dying, you'll be a really good Iron Man. Really easy to play, really easy to pick up. God, Spider-Man. Ugh. Ugh, Spider-Man. First off, I was right. When I first started playing this game, everybody played Spider-Man. Everyone did, okay? But now, people are understanding that he's super hard to play. I didn't expect him to be as hard as he was when I started playing. Also, I didn't want to play Spider-Man because even though Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes, he is not like the favorite superhero in my book. Okay, he is one of my favorites, but I already knew that everyone was gonna play him. You were gonna see every match. You will see a Spider-Man pretty much every match. On the rare occasion, there won't be one. Okay, but pretty much every match you will see a Spider-Man. The reason Spider-Man's so hard to play is because A, he's super squishy. B, he is melee ranged. All of your damage is melee based. You have to be able to get in, and he's bursty. So when you get in, you pretty much, and I make this joke all the time. Playing Spider-Man is like taking your face and then slamming it up against your keyboard or controller to do all of your abilities at once on one person to kill them. So he's a bursty character. You get in, you slam your face, activate all of your abilities. That's what I mean, but that's why I keep like, you slam your face, parentheses, activate all your abilities. So you slam your face on your controller or a keyboard and just kill someone instantly. Squishy, not pink, but squishy, yeah, squishy character. You just go, hi, how are you? Flip, dead. Like, and it just like, I don't like Spider-Man for facing him for that fact, because when Spider-Man's on the enemy team and you face him, especially if he's good, and it's funny because I'm wearing a Spider-Man shirt. If it's a good Spider-Man, he will get in, murder 2 or 3 people, and then just like whoop, gone, and you can't stop him. He's so annoying. He's so annoying to play against. He's so hard to play. So I give it to people who can play him really well. He's so hard to play. The only reason that I don't play him, once again, because I'm so make this joke. Spider-Man is the average white guy's choice for a game like this. Like, they just see Spider-Man, like, oh, it's Spider-Man, whoa, you know, play him. They don't actually like take into account, like, oh, well, how does he work with the team? You know, what does his abilities do? They just see Spider-Man and want to play Spider-Man. So it's like the basic white guy pick, you know. And I make fun of it. But I still tip my hat off to people who are really good with Spider-Man, because I can't play him. He's really hard. Takes a lot of skill. Oh, and his ultimate is you go, I'm the Amazing Spider-Man. And you like Beyblade around and deal like crap ton of damage, and then at the end of it you web everybody and they're stunned for a second or two, and then you go whoop and you're out. There you go. I will never stop shitting on Spider-Man players. I will always give them crap, but at the same time I will never not say that he's easy to play. He's not easy to play. Okay. Next up, the other problem in the game. This chick right here, Scarlet Witch. Damage, insane. Her main attack is Moira's Zuck. So essentially, this is every damage Moira's wet dream right here. Is this character right here? She has Moira Vanish, 2 charges, can go up in the air with the Moira like phase. And when she gets up in the air, she can then glide down. And while she's gliding down, yes, she can still deal damage. Yep. But she has Moira's Zuck. She has the range of Moira's Zuck. She has like twice the damage of Mora's Zuck. She's essentially a flying Mora. And oh my god, is she annoying. If you see a team with a Scarlet Witch and a Hela, or a Scarlet Witch and a Punisher, or a Punisher and a Hela, just make sure you kill the DPS, man. Oh, and I'm getting frustrated just thinking about it. Just kill the DPS, please. For the love of God, kill the DPS. And the reason that they come in, and the reason that they're problem children, the reason that these three are the problem children right now, is because you have characters like Adam Warlock and Rocket Raccoon that can just revive them and just bring them back and then have them have multiple lives. That's when this game gets kind of frustrating, is when stupid shit like that happens. And I think that they need to reduce Punisher, Hela, and Scarlet Witch's damage. Kits are okay. I think the kits are fine. I think they're perfectly fine. But nerf the damage on these three characters. The damage on these, my nose is starting to. The damage on these three characters is dumb. It's dumb. It's not fun. It's fun when you're playing the characters, that's for sure. That's why you see them everywhere. But the damage on these three characters is dumb. So dumb. They're like, everyone in DPS is like at like a 10 out of 10 on damage. These guys are cranked up to like a 13, 14 on damage. It's so dumb, dude. Ugh. Oh, and then Scarlet Witch just goes, it's Diva Bomb. She goes, well, I don't want you to live. It blows up and everyone dies. Star-Lord. Star-Lord, actually really fun to play. He's a semi-flying character. He can't hover like Hela or Scarlet Witch when they get in the air. But he does have his rocket boots that he can fly with. Like, they have like a thing on them, that like a gauge on them, and you can use them to fly, and then you have to wait for it to recharge, but you can't glide down. He essentially has no recoil, like no like spread when it comes to shooting his guns, which is cool. His most of the weapons in this game have bullet travel time, besides characters like Scarlet Witch, Punisher, Hela. Keep bringing them up because it's true. He does have bullet travel time, like Iron Man, where it takes some time, or Rocket Raccoon, where it takes some time for his projectiles to get there. So there's a little bit more aiming that comes to playing Star-Lord. Star-Lord can also Beyblade, kind of like Spider-Man. It's essentially a Reaper ult, like Spider-Man's ult, but it's just an ability. He just goes in there and he just goes, damages everybody. His ultimate is he essentially gets, and I keep using Overwatch characters to compare this to because it's the best way I know how to compare them, okay? Is essentially Soldier 76's ult, where he gets aimbot for a little bit, and he just goes, beam, brr, beam, brr, beam, brr, and he just kills people. It's like super fast. Everybody in their ult stage can be killed. I haven't pointed that out before. I'll slide that out. Everyone in their ult stage can be killed. Everyone. Okay? They're besides Luna Snow, but that's because she is a Zen ult, you know, that kind of thing. But I've been able to kill Luna Snow while she's ulting. I'm not gonna lie, but it's really hard. So he's really fun. I like him. Namor, I mean, who knows Namor? Raise your hand if you know Namor. Put your hand down, you're a fucking liar. You don't know who Namor is. And if you genuinely do know who Namor is, then cool. I have no idea who this guy is. Never heard of him. I've never seen a comic book with him. I've never seen a movie with him in it. And if he is in a movie and I didn't recognize it was Namor, I'm sorry. Okay, Jesus. Don't burn me at the cross for that. That being said, Namor can put down 2 squid turrets that have decent amount of range and decent amount of damage. Their health is crap though. They get melted pretty much instantly. So don't rely on them strictly for damage. But they can help you soften up a couple of people before you go in for the kill with him. His whole thing is he throws spears, not spheres. He throws spears, his tridents. Throws tridents, that's a better word. He throws tridents to deal damage. And as far as I can tell, it's not an arc, but it's kind of an arc. And I know that's kind of weird, but like they have to be really far away to actually like be able to see this arc. Okay. But for the most part, it's a straight shot. A little bit of travel time. It's not as fast as Punisher or Hela's bullet travel time, but it's not as slow as Storm, Star-Lord's, or Iron Man's travel time for their projectiles. It's like that middle ground where it feels like it's a hit scan, but it's not really, because there is still a little bit of like timing that you have to do. And then his ultimate is he goes, "Oh, there's a whale," and he summons a whale, and anyone standing in the way just dies. um, that's it. Yeah. If you guys want me to go through the team ups, let me know down in the comments below. Other than that, I mean, that's all the healers. Now, at the end, my overall feelings of this game, guys. I mean, I've put how many hours in this game now? Hold on, I'll double check. I'll pull it up right now. Rivals, 23.4 hours in the game right now. I always have 24 or 25 hours in this game, and I've been playing this since day one. I have almost completed this mission log thing that's going on right here. My main goal is to get this signed Clash. You have 6 days left. Do Galactus quest lines. You want to do your dailies and you want to do your challenges. Do all of those, please, guys, please, because these like stuff will transfer over. Okay, a lot of people don't know this, but as far as I know, the costumes that you buy in the beta will not transfer over, besides the ones that you earn in the events. The skins that you earn in the event, as far as I know, will transfer. Everything else will not. Everything else will get wiped, as far as I know. If I am wrong, please let me know. Send me a link. I love learning what's new about the game, what's hot, what's not. So please check out the game, guys. I myself and a lot of other Twitch streamers are doing drops for codes for this game. If your buddy already has the game, all they have to do is get to level 6, and once they get to level 6, they can send you a code. It's not here because I've already done it, or maybe they're done with that event. Maybe they're done with that event. I don't even know. You used to be able to hit level 6, then give away a code. So, go check it out. Try and get your hands on a code. If you can't, I hope that this guide, this like breakdown of all the characters, it was like a quick breakdown of all the characters, kind of give you an idea of how everyone plays, and let me know who you want to play in Marvel Rivals. You know, who are you excited to play? Who are you not excited to play? Here's that event code that I was talking about. Who are you excited to play? Who are you not excited to play? Who do you think is a problem if you have been playing? You know, who don't you like in the game right now? Let me know down in the comments below. I'll try and get back to as many as I can. Yeah, hope you guys like and enjoyed the content. If you did, you already know what to do. Smash that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Make sure to also ring that bell. I'm going to be continue playing this on YouTube, uploading my VODs that I do through Twitch. So go check us out on Twitch. Same handle as it is from over here, just my _luck, and it's the same emblem that you're looking for over here. And hope you guys have a good rest of the night. Like I always say, stay lucky, friends. Peace. I'm out of here.